What's up, guys? David Madrid with Infinite Lending. Today I am with...
Maddie Chavez with PAK Home Realty.
Yes. So I reached out to Maddie to have this interview that we're throwing up on YouTube and pretty much everywhere we can post it. But I wanted to share, I see something in Maddie. We went to Bentonville, Arkansas as part of our brokerage, PAK Home Realty. If you're in Arizona and want to connect, this is for you. I see something in you, Maddie, and in your growth and kind of your story. And that's literally the reason why I reached out to you, because we're going to be looking at this video 5 years from now, 10 years from now. She's probably going to be retired by then, straight up, like legitimately.
So.
I'm pretty sure if she does everything right, she'll be there, or running a big team. So anyways, so I wanted to bring her on. There was a couple questions that I reached out to you with. I didn't write them down either. So we're just winging it.
That's okay.
Let's start with, how you got into real estate. Like, let's start with that and let's just go from there.
So I was working at Starbucks and in the middle of getting my marketing degree. And I was just so tired. Like, it was during COVID, and I did not want to keep working for somebody else. I just always knew in my heart that I had that entrepreneurial spirit. And so real estate, that's kind of like that's what drew me to real estate, was the entrepreneurial side of it. I used to, when I was younger, just scroll on Zillow for hours and hours looking at houses. Like, I don't think that's normal. I just always loved houses and real estate.
Yeah.
So I knew that was something I wanted to get into. And so I just started. I didn't even know how to start getting into it. At the time, I didn't know anybody in the industry. So I just started emailing brokerages, literally, like, so random.
God,
like, I was just emailing brokerages and was just like, hey, I just want to get into real estate. I don't know how to get started. I would love to be a receptionist, a front desk lady, an assistant to anybody, like just anything to get my foot in the door. And I heard back from 2 people. One of them I interviewed to be like it was the broker's like personal assistant.
Okay.
And when I went in for the interview, it was more like, I'd be getting his like dry cleaning, picking up his kid from school, like more like personal assistant.
Nothing to do with real estate.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, it'd be pretty cool to be like his right-hand girl, someone like so high up. But I was like, I don't really want to be doing that. And so the other team that I had interviewed for, it was more of a leadership role. I was going to be their executive assistant. So I was day in, day out, like in the industry, looking over the contracts, like actually like going and putting up signs and stuff, like in the industry, learning that stuff. So I was like, okay, this works for me.
There you go.
It was an hour away from my house though.
Oh my God.
I know. So I was driving an hour to and from work every day. I was in the office for 8.5 hours with a 30-minute lunch, making like $11 an hour. Like and this was in California, so gas was crazy expensive. So after how much I had to pay for gas, I wasn't even making any money.
Wow.
But I didn't really care because I was so excited to just be a part of a real estate team and just be in that environment learning.
Right.
So I loved it. I obviously didn't love the money, but I loved just being a part of that. And I learned so much being on that team. Like, I mean, I knew contracts before I was even licensed. I knew how to lead gen before I was even licensed. And then I was almost like teaching the other agents on the team how to sell houses before I even learned. Like, it was probably a role I shouldn't have been in, honestly, because I had no experience, but it was awesome. And so then I got licensed, and then I started off as a buyer's agent on that team, kind of transitioned out of the assistant role. And then I left that team to join a brokerage more closer to where I lived. Did real estate for about a year in California, a little short of a year, and then my husband got deployed. And so I felt like I went through like a little rut of not having a lot of, right off the bat, I sold 2 houses and I was like, this is awesome.
This is good.
This is like, I'm making money. Yeah. Like, I'm rich. I made like 15K that month or something, and probably not even that much with my splits, but I was like on top of the world.
Nice.
And then I went a long time without making any sales. And I was like 8 months long.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, this clearly is getting hard. And I remember the deal that I had that was going to be my first deal after that 8-month mark, the day of closing, the buyer tried canceling over some, she was having buyer's remorse.
Okay.
And I just freaked. And I went to my mentor at the time and I was like, I just need help. I need this money. I need this money bad.
Yeah.
Luckily, it all worked out. And they closed. And then after that, I felt that momentum and I was going. And then, like I said, he got deployed So I moved back home to Arizona to be with my family because I didn't want to be out there by myself. So I felt like, darn, like I just worked, finally got to the point where I was like feeling so good, like I was getting consistent business, and then I left. It's like crap. So then I took most of 2023 off of real estate, finished up my degree, took some mental health break a little bit, and then I was like just getting so bored with life again. I was like, I need to get my real estate license.
You're in Arizona, and yeah, tell us more about that. Like, so you basically took a year off?
Pretty much.
Okay, and then what got you back into real estate, and where did you start? Like, what got you back into real estate?
Yeah, so I knew that I wanted to get into it. I just kind of needed that little push, and I was actually working at a casino. And funny enough, it was like the graveyard shift, so I was roughing it.
Oh my God.
I was roughing it for no reason. Like, I should have just gone back into real estate. I don't know why I didn't. But so I was working at a casino on the graveyard shift, and one of the customers that came in, somehow it came up about real estate and that they were realtors. And they were regulars, and I was like, really? I was like, how did I not know you guys were in real estate? They're like, yeah, you need to get licensed again. Like, stop waiting, just do it. I'm like, this is my sign. Like, this is literally a sign that I need to get back into it. Because
I gotta throw this out there. If you're watching this and you're thinking about getting your real estate license or joining a brokerage, this is your sign.
This is your sign.
This is that sign. That person, same thing that happened with Maddie, right? Someone at the casino told him, well, this is us telling you,
get your license.
Get your license.
Do it. No, literally.
Right.
So I immediately just jumped right back into it because since I was licensed in California, I just had to take the Arizona state test. So past that, and then I joined a large team here in Arizona that was really big on Zillow leads.
Okay.
So I was running around all times of day for these Zillow leads, which, I mean, it's nice when you're getting back into it to have that lead flow.
Yeah.
But it's hard, and you're working a lot for not a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, a $10,000 paycheck turns into $2,500 real quick.
Right. After
So,
everything splits and
Yeah, so
expensive.
yeah, it's very expensive. And yeah, I just immediately went full time again. Like,
Nice.
I quit my job. Like, I didn't even give a 2-week notice. I should have. Both times, actually, I didn't.
So if the casino people are watching
Sorry.
this, sorry, she forgot to give you a 2-week notice, and she still feels bad. So I need you to let that go.
Yes, I
We're
know.
letting it go here right now.
That's how I am, though. Like, when I decide I'm going to do something, I'm doing it 110%.
Done.
I'm not
There you
going
go.
part-time. I'm not doing that. I'm just going for it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we got entrepreneur doing whatever it takes, and committing, right? So now the third question I want to ask you is, you joined PAK. PAK is in 7 states at this point. We hit a huge milestone today. I'll let you talk about that. But tell us, why PAK, and how has PAK impacted your business and your life, and, how you view real estate today?
So we just hit 500 agents, which is amazing for such a short time period that PAK has even been a brokerage. But PAK has changed my life, not even just business. Like, it's changed my life, and I'm so grateful for this community. I mean, honestly, it brings me to tears every time I talk about it, just because it found me in a time I needed it, and I feel like that's how it is for everyone that joins PAK. It's right when you need it. It's not just a brokerage. It's really not. It's an entire community. It's a family, and I know that sounds so cliche to say, like, we're a big family. Every brokerage says that, but like, I'm serious. Like, we have these meetups and these PAK events where agents are flying from all over the country to be with each other. I mean, I know team meetings, you can't even get people that live 10 minutes away to show up. Okay, and we're flying out all over the country.
Yes.
I mean, PAK has brought me to Chicago, to Bentonville, Arkansas. I mean, I never thought real estate would allow me to travel.
Right.
And just the community that it's brought me, really, I mean, on a business level, on a personal level, mindset, fitness. I mean, we have Slack channels where every day people are posting them at the gym to motivate you to go to the gym.
Yep.
We have the well-being classes where you wake up at like 6:30 and do breath work and meditation. Yeah, like, what other brokerage do you get that with?
Right.
And just the fact that everyone is so accessible is another one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony, our CEO, you can text and call him. I mean,
Really?
I hit leg day with him at the gym when we were in Chicago. Like, what? Like, that's just crazy. Like, I was like in an Uber with him, like riding back to the hotel everyone stayed at after we had a whole day of exploring the city.
Yeah.
Like, why am I in an Uber with Anthony, our CEO, or why am I at the gym with him? Like, it's just so, and even just the conversations we have, like going to and from the gym. Yeah. Like another top producer in Colorado. I mean, I was walking with him and getting advice on what to do with one of my listings that had been sitting for a while.
Yep.
And that's just all free knowledge that people would pay thousands for, that I'm just getting right then and there.
Exactly. Yeah. The environment, and it goes to community. And everything you touched on is exactly the reason why I joined PAK, is the community, the accessibility to knowledge, and the abundance of collaboration.
Yeah.
Right. 7 states, 500 people. That's a huge milestone. And being able to have access to anyone and everyone that's within the company. Like, for example, there's an individual, Gustavo, like I reached out to him about YouTube. He was like, David, this is what I do. This is how I do it. Go do it. And, the knowledge was there. And now it's up to me to go take that action, right? Same thing with Colorado, Jose Bonilla. There was a couple things that I, picked his brain about. I was like, dude, yes, like hit me up whenever you want. This is how I do things, right? That kind of collaboration that comes from top producers. I mean, Gustavo has 100 agents.
Yeah, he just posted in our Slack group that he has 100 agents in his downline.
Right. So having that access to individuals that are doing a lot better than me as an individual, as an agent, and you as well in your path of growth, because that's why we're here. We're growing, we're getting better. It's huge. So
yeah, I think
super cool.
For me too, it's really helped me think bigger. Because when I first got my license, I'm like, I want to sell 25 houses a year. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, why? Like, why that number? I'm like, I don't know. I just want to, and it's like, now I want to sell hundreds of houses a year without having to work that much.
Right.
Because I know there's people around me that are doing it.
Yeah.
Like, why not me? Why not me?
Dude, I didn't, before PAK, I didn't know what a prophecy letter is. Did you do one of those? Like your prophecy letter, you write down exactly what it is that you want out of your life.
Oh, yeah.
One of the very first things we did onboarding was like, right, what's your
that.
ideal life?
Yeah.
What does everything look like? And I'm like, I have no freaking clue. Like, I just want to sell houses to pay bills. Like,
right.
Really?
Think bigger.
Get your mindset right,
yeah.
right? So they're just little things that, that people have done that are ahead of us. We're not any better than anybody else. We're just learning from people that are ahead of us in certain aspects of life, that now we just got to put in that work to get there, right? So I keep telling Maddie she's going to retire in the next 8 years.
Let's do it.
I know she will. Any last things? I mean, those were the couple questions that I had for you that I just honestly, is history. Like, I swear, God, I don't know where, like, this is going on YouTube forever, right? Unless she takes it down. Any last things? Any words of encouragement of anyone that's thinking about, getting into real estate or looking at another brokerage? Let's close this up with some.
I would say if you're looking to get into real estate, start as someone's assistant. I mean, honestly, that's the best thing I could have done, because I was so knowledgeable before I was even licensed. Just like those basic things that you don't learn in real estate school, like how to open a lockbox. I mean, technically I wasn't supposed to be doing that because I wasn't licensed, but you know what I mean? Like,
we got to cut that out and come back after her. Damn it.
Like,
Maddie.
Like learning the contracts and stuff like that really, really helped me. And honestly, surrounding yourself by the right people is so important. A lot of people think that your brokerage doesn't really matter. And I used to think that too, honestly. Like, I really used to think, like, whatever, it's just somewhere I need to hang my license, and, I'll get some value. Yeah, like, I'll get some value, but really, it's just what I put into it, which is true. It is what you put into it. But when you're surrounded by those people that genuinely want you to win so bad, like, I know everyone at PAK wants me to win, probably more than I want myself to win. No, I'm kidding. But like it's just like a constant reminder of, like, I have so many people around me that really truly support me, like, honestly, to their core support me. Yeah. And it just feels so good to be a part of that, and just know that if I ever have a question or a concern, there's so many people I can talk to about it. So
there you go. Well, there you have it. I'm going to close this up. And if you guys have any questions, leave some comments below, or actually, where can people find you online? That's it. If they want to connect with you and have some questions.
Yeah, the easiest part's probably my Instagram. It's Maddie Chavez with 2 Z's.
Okay.
So you can put that on the screen.
Yeah, we'll put it on the screen because I already Chavez. What?
I'm trying to grow my TikTok too. So my TikTok is the same username.
Hopefully they don't ban them at the beginning of the year. They keep talking about that. So
they've been talking about that.
About
But Instagram's really a good way.
All right, we'll put her contact information on here if you have any questions for her. And this is my compa Ivan interrupting our video. What's up, compa? You know I pick up your phone call anytime.